Hey you guys, welcome back to another video. I hope you're doing well. Today I'm excited because we're going to be talking about 19 types of Animal Company players. From those noobs who don't even know how to buy a stick, to those ones that can't stop swearing at everyone in a public lobby. We've got them all, so stick around for the entire video so you don't miss a stereotype, and also be sure to subscribe if you enjoy Animal Company content. Alright, we're starting off with number 1, the noob. Yes, the noob. The poor new player in their first day in the wild in Animal Company. They have nothing. They don't even know how to unlock a stick or what awaits them when they try to get down to the sewers. They don't have a backpack and they have no idea what anything is. They just think it's gorilla tag. Of course, they get a brutal awakening the first time a spider jumps on them in the mines. I think we all remember our first day in the game and how naive we were. Number 2, the big spenders. I don't understand how so many kids can be so rich, but this type of player definitely exists and it's pretty common. They buy every bundle that comes out, and when a new update drops, they buy their favorite outfits without batting an eye. And suddenly they're even more dripped out. I guess they just stole their mom's credit card, or they have a really well-paying side job of mowing lawns or something. The origin of the money is always unclear. What is clear though? There is no shortage of it when it comes to the big spender. Number 3, gift baggers. I don't know why there's always one player in the lobby who has absolutely no money, but there is. They're also very vocal about what they need. They need a hook shot, a giant backpack, a flashlight, and a golden pickaxe just to consider trying the sewers on their own. So naturally they're begging anyone and everyone who will listen by hanging out near the purchase stations and whining. I have a feeling that when they lose all of their stuff, they just rinse and repeat this method without actually ever getting ahead in the game. But that's just a theory. Number 4, the one who dies constantly. Okay, this is me 100%. So there's always that one person in the group who dies first. You know the one, you're down in the mines and everyone's heading through, and suddenly at the first sign of danger, you look behind you and boom. Dead body. Your friend barely grazed the spider, but now they're just a lifeless corpse. Of course, you barely have any free hands, but you feel obligated to carry their stuff until they catch up. The problem? This happens every single time you guys do a run. Then you hear the sad voice on the radio begging everyone to wait so they can rejoin. It's eye-rolling, and I'm sorry to anyone who hangs out with me in Animal Company because this is literally what happens every single time. I have life regrets. Number 5, the RPG-obsessed one. Ever go to a public lobby and you can barely put in a room code to escape without seeing explosions everywhere? Yeah, you just found the RPG-obsessed player. They sit there with seemingly infinite ammo, just shooting everything because they're bored. And man, is it annoying. This player can be fun, but because those are mainly used to troll and they're so loud, people tend to not want to hang out with people who overuse RPGs just for the lols. Number 6, the fighter. One of my least favorite types of players, the fighter, will head into any public lobby and thrive on getting into an argument with strangers. The quicker, the better. They will try to grab stuff you dropped only to pretend it was theirs all along, or press the buttons on the incinerator when you're halfway in it trying to dump out some ore. All they want to do is annoy the people around them by picking a fight. You can always tell there's one around because they also like to yell. You'll join a public lobby and hear,
"Bro, that was my hookshot. What's your problem, dude?"
And you know you've got a fighter in your lobby. It's best to just use the computer to find a new one ASAP because you're about to become the next target. Number 7, the one who needs to kill their friend constantly. I've tried to ask if it's rude to do this and I didn't get a clear response, but there's a type of player in Animal Company who has no issue killing their friend. Anytime, anywhere. All of it seems to be fair game. I've seen them point a gun and shoot their friend anywhere from the depths of the mines to the safe zone. They don't seem to pick up the other person's stuff, apologize, or even care. It's just murder in cold blood, and then moving on. I probably shouldn't read too much into it because I'm not a psychiatrist, but it does seem like a red flag to me. Number 8, the one with no plan. I'm guilty of being this player, no plan, and therefore no chance of winning. Let's go to the mines, I say, confidently. And then once we get there, I'm aimless. I don't know what we're doing, I don't know where we're going, and then a spider takes me out and I regret all of my life decisions. Like an idiot, I repeat buying all of my items again. New hookshot, new bag, new pick, and try to go retrieve my original bag. But again, without a plan. Rinse, repeat. I feel insane some days in Animal Company. Number 9, the swearing player. Similar to the fighter, there's another type of player that I really dislike, and that's the one who seems to enjoy sentences that consist of mostly bad words. Slurs, swears, insults, they love them all. I have yet to see the swearing player ever get interrupted in real life to be scolded by their parents, leading me to wonder if the parents hear them and actually don't care. But little Timmy will be screaming his head off with every bad word in the book, and unfortunately, since every decent player left the lobby in disgust, it's usually another swearing player that's filling any silence remaining. This is one of the most toxic lobbies you can find yourself in, and of course, I recommend fleeing immediately. Number 10, the one who steals your stuff. The thief is ever present, and one must be very cautious in public lobbies because they're always fiending to take and run. If you set your stuff down for even one moment, it somehow goes on the thief's radar, and they're beside you in a second. You blink and your crossbow, heart gun, umbrella, Whatever it is, no matter how expensive or useless, it's disappeared. And of course, now they're in another public lobby because they're too ashamed to face the music about being a menace to society. I like to think the thief loses sleep over this at night, but I imagine they're pretty pleased of themselves, having found a way to get a stash of items without ever spending a dime on the game. Number 11, the duper. For some reason, there's always someone who figures out how to break the game. You end up in a lobby and there's backpacks and heart guns scattered everywhere. When you try to ask what's going on, some kid responds, "Oh yeah, that's the new duping glitch. Do you want a glitched bag? I can get you 5. It's like they have nothing better to do with their time than now become Robin Hood and give to the poor. So you walk away with a glitched bag you've been advised never to open, or it will become unglitched and that thing stares at you from your stash. A wondrous relic of the time before that duper's glitch was patched. And you know, the duper knows when updates drop and they double down on their efforts on a Monday afternoon. They know exactly how much they can get away with before their nuts get reset in the game. It's really an art. I'm quite jealous. Number 12, the troll. Remember the noob? Well, for every noob, there's a troll. They can sense if it's someone's first day in Animal Company, and they want to make sure that person learns a few important lessons. By trolling, of course. They will lead a noob to a landmine and tell them they get free company coins for touching it. They will tell them to hop in the sewers and let them know it's really not that bright. You don't need a flashlight. They'll take a new player's bag and promise to help them mine before logging off and disappearing. The troll has many ways to entertain themselves at the expense of others. Number 13, the random dresser. Some people have a great sense of style. You know, for a pixely game about a bunch of wiggly gorillas, I'm surprised that style exists. But it does, and there's some drippy stuff you can get. But then there's always that one player who goes against social norms and buys the weirdest items to put together in an odd way, just to stand out. You know, I'm not talking about wearing the elf outfit unironically. I mean totally mismatched, stuff that should not ever be paired together and looks horrendous. It's like an anti-fashion statement. I'll never understand it. Number 14, the mute. For a social game, the mute player always confuses me. They're gesturing and you're not following what they're trying to say. Eventually you figure out that they want to go mining, but it was like watching a bad mime, and you're exhausted just trying to communicate with them. The mute player will rarely become your best friend, but you're sure they have their reasons for not talking, so you just roll with it. Turns out, they're actually pretty amazing at the game, and you both come back with backpacks full of ore. So it wasn't all bad, just so quiet. Number 17, the one who forgets to stock up. Everyone knows that one Animal Company player who heads out without anything. They were too busy talking and forgot to grab a backpack, a flashlight, or literally anything that will help them with the run. Or they're just overly confident and feel like they could smack the monsters to death with their bare hands. They also could just be broke and too proud to ask for items. Anyway, you find yourself with your hands full and you look over and there's always that one person who's carrying absolutely nothing. Number 18, the YouTuber. Animal Company YouTubers are only growing in popularity, so don't be surprised if you run into this player. You think they're having extra fun on the Haunted Mansion. They're just being extra. Lots of hyped energy. They seem to be enjoying the game a little too much. At the end, you hear them say, "Well, be sure to subscribe to the channel and I'll see you guys in the next video." And you're just super confused. Were you just gleaning for content? You weren't even aware they were filming. Of course, naturally, you have to ask for their channel name and go sub because you kind of want to see yourself in a video. It's a vicious cycle, and don't even get me started on the live streamers. Number 19, the helper. Probably the most wholesome player stereotype, the helper is always ready to lend a hand and give advice to new players. They will lend you the backpack off your back and tell you how to turn on snap turning. They'll let you know that stick isn't going to cut it and throw you a golden pickaxe instead, before showing you how the lockers work. It's really amazing if you think about it. They don't work for Animal Company and they're just volunteering their time and information because it's the right thing to do. Mad props to you, helper monkeys. Well, those are all the stereotypes I have for you today, but don't worry, I have another video that's similar about things Animal Company players hate. You should watch that video next, but before you go, drop a comment with what kind of Animal Company stereotype you are. See you guys!